Hi everyone, good afternoon. My name is Lino Yagri. I'm the Business Development Manager, Global University Systems representing Webster University. I'm so excited to have you join us today. Today we'll be looking at how to submit a successful application to Webster University. So Webster University is an American institution, like you might know already. We've been existing for a very long time, so we're a very experienced university. We also have a large network of alumni, and we have various campus locations across the globe. So while we are a US university, we also have global campuses also in Europe, in Greece, in Netherlands. So looking at our US campus, we are in St. Louis, Missouri. St. Louis, Missouri is our main campus. Here we have both undergraduate and postgraduate courses. We also have our San Antonio campus in Texas. Here we offer postgraduate courses, mainly STEM based, and the South Carolina, Columbia, which is also available for postgraduates, specifically Masters in Information Technology Management. All of this information is very important so that at the point of applying, you are sure which of the campuses you might be applying to, so you make sure you're applying to the right campus. So on the portal, which we'll also be looking at shortly, you would see various campus options for you, such as the St. Louis, the San Antonio, or the South Carolina campus. You would also be seeing the Leiden campus for the Netherlands, the Athens campus for the Greece. So it's good that you choose the right campus your student is applying to. We are accredited university. We have a very recent ranking as top 4 best universities in Missouri. So we have a large number of programs we offer at Webster University, both for undergraduate students and postgraduate students. So for the undergraduate students, we have courses such as the BA Management, we have the Business Administration, we have the Psychology, we have International Relations, Animation, Games, Game Design, Management, Information Systems, Finance, Interactive Digital Media, Biological Sciences in Health and Medicine, which is also known as a pre-medicine program or a pre-nursing program. So when you have students that are looking at doing health-related courses, like they want to do medicine or they want to do nursing, they are always advised to go for the pre-med, which is the biological sciences. There is also the computer science, the photography, media communications, and a lot more other courses like the professional programs in pre-engineering, in pre-law, pre-dentistry. All of those courses and more are available at Webster University. We have postgraduate programs as well. We have the MBA, we have international relations, we have management and leadership, cybersecurity, data analytics, legal studies, criminal justice, information technology management. We also have the TESOL, teaching English to speakers of other languages. We have business analytics, marketing in analytics, environmental management, MBA with an emphasis in analytics. So one step in ensuring that you've been able to, put up a successful application at Webster University is ensuring that the courses being applied for the students are courses they are really eligible for. Take for instance, students that might have done some science courses wanting to go into cybersecurity, you ensure that they are really eligible for such programs, or doing MBAs, are they eligible for the programs they intend to do. In our San Antonio campus, we also have a vast number of courses. So if you're looking at applying to students in San Antonio for San Antonio campus, so we have a large number of STEM-based courses they can do, such as the cybersecurity, the information technology management, the MBA in analytics, and a lot more of STEM-based courses. So it's good also to note that courses such as the cybersecurity would require students to have basic background in maybe computer or IT related field to qualify for such courses. But the information technology management, students from probably non-computer or IT backgrounds can also, be eligible to apply. So this is also very important when considering application for your students. So we also have the ESL Bridge program. This is very applicable to students coming from areas that are non-native speakers of English. So on the portal, application portal, it will also come up if the student might have written any English tests. So in such cases, you indicate if they have written an English test or not. If they are also eligible for maybe the English waiver, being an English native speaker, you also indicate on the form that they are native English speakers and hence would not have need for the IELTS or the ESL Bridge program, which is supposed to support non-English speakers. So moving to the various intakes, we have various intakes every year. We have undergraduates, which starts in January, the spring intake, and we also have the fall intake, which is August every year as well for undergraduate applicants. While the postgraduate applicants have a lot more intakes, such as the fall 2, which is October each year, and they have the spring 2, which is March each year. They have the summer, which is May each year, and is also currently open to receive applications. We also, in addition to the spring and the fall, which is January and August. So all through the year, there are intakes available for your students. So moving on to see what some of the documents required for application would be. So when putting up an application to Webster University, one very important document is their transcript. So it's very good that you ensure that transcripts are part of the documents that would be uploaded. The passport is also very compulsory and it should be valid. So when passports are expired, it may not go through with the application. Another document that is very important is their certificate. So whether they're coming for undergraduate programs or they're coming for master's courses, they would need to show their certification. Usually, we do not require the SATs or the GREs or the GMAT, so you don't have to worry about that. We also waive the IELTS for certain regions, like the English-speaking regions, like Nigeria, like Ghana, Kenya, Zimbabwe, Uganda, wherever it is you might be recruiting your students from. We are capable of waiving the English requirement for them as long as they are coming from English-speaking regions. Now the application process is going to be done through your Global University Systems portal. Once you make an application, you would need to, submit it, get a notification that your application has been referred. In such cases, the certificate of finance would also be updated that you need to upload this for the student. Most times, this is not mandatory until the point of getting an offer. So once you've been able to get an offer, you can as well upload the certificate of finance, meaning it's not mandatory that you must submit it at the point of application, even though it's going to come up on the application form for you to upload, but it's not going to be on asterisk because it's not mandatory. However, if you're looking at some other courses like the Masters in Health Administration, or you're looking at biomedical sciences, or you're looking at any of the European locations, you would need additional documents like the CV, like the statement of purpose, and recommendation letter. At the moment, we're asking for even up to 3 recommendation letters. So it's good you have all of this handy to avoid the application being delayed. So this other mention is usually from you. How does the application process go? Number one, you make your application through the GUS Gateway platform, and the application will be reviewed by the admissions team, the transcripts evaluated. Now at Webster University, we have an entry GPA. We want to see a minimum of 2.5 out of a 4.0 grading system. So it's good that we ensure that students meet up to our transcript entry, so to avoid refusals. If students are coming from a grading system where it's out of a 5.0 grading, like most universities in the African region might use, then we're looking at saying at least a minimum of 3.2 GPA and above. So when students have something less, like a third class or like a HND or maybe a 2.2, but did not meet up to 3.2 GPA, they may not be able to get an admission at Webster University. We have a very high acceptance rate, so it's good that they meet to our entry requirements. If for any reason, they are not eligible for the course that was applied for initially, we would be able to suggest them, another course they can be better qualified for. After the students get offers, the next thing would be to upload your financial statements. If you haven't done that already, you upload financial statements showing a minimum balance of $34,000. If they have sponsors, we accept sponsors from immediate family members, then they can attach a letter of sponsorship. After, say, 4 to 6 weeks, the I-20 should be issued. At the moment, you can also expedite the I-20 to come out as quick as 3 to 5 working days if you pay a $50 express fee for that. That's it on applying to Webster University, very seamless. We also have a support team that organizes mock interview sessions for your students that you can easily book a session with. And of course, I'm here as well to give you all the necessary support you might require in the process. So we are going to quickly look at how to make an application or navigate on the Global Universities portal. So if you log into your Global Universities portal, this is what you should be able to see. Here you can do a lot of things with this platform. At the moment, we are looking at creating an application, but beyond that, there are a lot of other things you can do. You can create marketing, or you can also generate leads from this portal. You can also review your applications and their status. So you go on the create application, it's that easy to use. Here you will see the list of other universities you probably work with through the Global University systems. Here you're going to choose Webster University because that's the intended school you are applying to. While we are waiting for the portal to load, Please feel free to use the chat box if you might have a question in the process. So here we're going to put in the student's name. So we are going to say, oh, the student is going to just use an imaginary student. So whatever region, if you're using, if you're coming from Nigeria, you can use the Nigeria. If you're coming from Ghana, you can probably look for Ghana on this slide. Whichever location, the applicant comes from, that is where you would be indicating. It's told me that it's too long. Okay, let me do something familiar with. Okay. So in this instance, you can either complete the application here, or you can send it to the applicant to complete from their end. So you have the option of doing it from your end or the applicant doing it. We know we have students that say, oh, I want to do the application process by myself. You can easily create this and send the link to the applicant, and they will be able to receive this in their own email address and be able to complete the application by themselves. That saves you a lot of time, and resources putting up fresh application for them. So here you can choose what location, just like we looked at. It's very important to choose the right campus location you intend applying to. So if you're applying to the Greece campus in Athens, you choose the Athens. If you're applying to Netherlands, you choose the Leiden campus. If you're applying to San Antonio, Texas, you choose San Antonio, Texas. And if you're applying to Missouri, St. Louis, you choose St. Louis. There are two options. Either you're applying for a postgraduate option or you're applying for an undergraduate. So let's say you're applying for an undergraduate, and then the option of which course are you applying for. So the list of programs available in this location for undergraduates would definitely come up, and you'll be able to make an application to any of those courses. So you start your application. Now, usually, most times, first applicants are not transfer students. So the first question we are meeting here is, are you a transfer applicant? So transfer applicants is applicable to students that are currently studying in the US, mostly already studying in the US, and may want to transfer to another university. Maybe they already got their I-20s and their visas for another university, but do not want to continue studying there. They can also choose to transfer to Webster University. So if it's such scenario, you can choose, is it transfer applicant, and then the option of, are you in the US? Yes. And the option of, the visa copy. But this is a first timer and probably not in the US already. So you proceed with a no. Now here you have the chance of choosing what intake, but because this is undergraduate application, we are using for instance, and it's only available for 2 intakes in the year. It was January and August. It means for this year, it's currently available for only August. So if there are probably other programs like the postgraduates, and you are choosing that, then you would find out there are more intakes that could probably be available. So all of this is just for instances. So you're saying what citizenship is the applicant? Okay. Please feel free to drop your questions in the chat box if in the course of this you have any questions whatsoever. All right. The country of nationality as well. Have you attended Webster University before? If they have, you say yes. If they haven't, you obviously proceed with a no. So here you can choose the name of the university, or college. If they attended, their highest qualification is a high school, you can choose the name of the high school, impute it there. So remember that our average grade we want to see is a 2.5. If the student has more than that, obviously you can still impute that as well. So here you can upload the transcripts and the certificates. If they have professional experience, this is the chance to include their work experiences. Disciplinary history, have they violated any disciplinary measures before? All listed. You can take your time to read all of this. Have you ever been found responsible for a disciplinary violation at any educational institution you have attended from your 9th grade? So if they haven't, you say no, and as well as this. So how are you able to demonstrate you meet the university's English language requirements? So remember earlier we looked at the English requirements, and here we found that some persons are native English speakers and they can as well indicate that. But if you're not a native English speaker, you can choose the IELTS or the TOEFL, whichever examination that you might have written already or plan to write. You can indicate it here as well. So native English speaker can work for most regions. So here you include your statement of purpose, which remember is not mandatory unless you're applying for specific programs. So if you're not applying for any of those programs we looked at earlier, like the biomedical sciences, the health administration, or to the European location, then you can proceed without uploading this. But if you're looking at any of all of those ones, then you have to upload a statement of purpose, mandatory. So we do not go back and forth on the application. So passport is mandatory for everyone to upload. The resume as well, not mandatory, depending on the situation of the applicants. Now, are they an adult applicant going for an undergraduate, course? Then you would have to upload their resume, and you can read all of this declaration. On the declaration page, you understand that your personal information and other critical data may not be altered after submission of this application. Yes. You certify that all information submitted in the application is your own work, factually true and honestly presented. Yes. I understand that an offer of admission is conditional pending receipt of final transcripts showing work, or yes, privacy notice. So by submitting your application, you indicate your consent regarding international transfer of contact information, education, and employment history. Yes. Pre-arrival payment. So once you have an offer, the next step would be to pay the $50 I-20 expediting. Remember, it is optional, so you can as well. That's the only payment that would come in until students have their visa. So once they have their visa, the tuition deposit of $6,500 alongside the insurance deposit of $250 is required. And this payment must be made no later than 7 days after your visa has been issued. However, there are cases where we can be flexible, especially when you make us understand their international payment or there might be some form of delay. Then we can allow up to 2 weeks as long as the student is not planning to travel. So having done all of this application on your portal, application fees are completely waived for that, so it's completely free. And then you can, review everything you have done. And if there are any sessions you probably did not feel correctly, you still have a chance to go back and correct them. So with all of this, in the next 5 minutes, max 10 minutes, you should be done with the application. It's that easy, and then you submit. For our own instance, we cannot submit this because we did not upload all mandatory documents like our transcript, our passports, and certificates were not uploaded. So here you will not be able to submit. But review, once you've been able to do all of this, you can easily click the button, submit. And if anything is pending, it would of course indicate by the yellow sign that you see something is left. So that's it on applying to Webster University. So please, thank you all for listening. If you have any questions at this point, you can as well let me know. Okay, yes, so someone is asking if we have a scholarship available for international applicants. So yes, we do have scholarships available. So we can just quickly look at our tuition. So we can look at our tuition to see what the tuition is like and the scholarships available for students. If you're just joining us, you're welcome. This is Webster University training on how to submit a successful application to us. For the undergraduates, the tuition each year is at $31,450, and it's going to run for 4 years. It's a 4 year course. At the moment, we are offering a scholarship of up to $12,000 to $20,000 scholarship. This simply means that once students get a $12,000 scholarship, they have a net tuition of $19,450 as their tuition left to pay. If they have a $14,000 scholarship, then they have more, they have less now left to pay. So what does it entail for them to get the scholarship? So for a start, they need to meet up to a minimum entry score of a 2.5 GPA. So remember, we looked at our entry score of a 2.5 grading. This offer, rather, the scholarship is going to be coming with the offer. So the moment they are getting an offer with Webster, they are also going to be reviewed for a scholarship. So there is no additional detail or document you would need to be providing. If they have more scores in their grading, maybe they had like a 3.0 or a 3.2, they would be awarded more than a $12,000. They would be given a $14,000 scholarship. And if they had a higher grading, like a 3.3 GPA to a 3.6 GPA, they would be getting a $16,000 instead of a $12,000 scholarship. And if they have, higher, like 3.7 to 3.9 GPA, they have an $18,000 scholarship, leaving the tuition to be $13,450 each year. I'm really so excited about the scholarship because this continues up until they finish at Webster University. So it's not a first year scholarship alone. It continues to their second year, to their third year, their final year with us. And if they had more scores in their GPA, they had like a 4.0 grading and above, they will be getting a $20,000 scholarship. So this is not determined by their SATs or their A levels. It is determined by their transcript. So it's very good that you submit transcript alongside the application. For the masters, the tuition is at $13,538 for a year. And we are also offering all masters applicants a 15% discount, which is of course awarded at the point of getting an offer with us. So in total, the program is going to run for 2 years. So in total, they're paying roughly $27,000 and would still get the 15% discount. So yes, so I think that also answers the next question, which is any ongoing tuition fee discount for UG or PG? Yes, so just looked at the tuition fees, the discounts, and the scholarships. I have another question which says, please, can the application be done without transcript? Yes, it can be done without transcript, but like you saw, would not be able to proceed to the point of even getting an offer without a transcript, because the transcript would let the applications team, or rather the admissions team, know if they meet up to our entry GPA or not. So without a transcript, we cannot see if they meet to our entry GPA and how much scholarship we are going to be awarding them. So it's very good at the point of submitting, you provide the transcript. Okay, so another question is saying, can you talk about entry requirements again and admission process? So yes, I will be doing that as well. Do you consider English proficiency waiver for some English-speaking countries or region? So yes, we have a lot of countries that we waive English requirements from. I'm trying to open that as well, so that we can see the countries that we are eligible for the waiver. So just give me a moment so we can look through and see if your region falls in line. And this is the English requirement cuts across all locations. So whether you're considering the, St. Louis, the San Antonio, you're considering the, Leiden or Athens, the English requirement is the same. The waiver is as well the same. So I believe you can see my screen again. So we're looking at some of the countries that our English requirement, first of all, is the TOEFL minimum, the 80, IELTS minimum 6.0. There are a lot of other programs we take, the WIEC as well. So students can obtain grade B3 or higher in their English exam. SATs as well can also serve as the English proficiency. Language SAT, Duolingo, PTE, Pearson Test of English, anything, can also serve. And regions that we waive this English proficiency test is there are Zimbabwe. Okay, I'm starting from the list now. So let's go Antigua, Barbuda, Australia, Bahamas, Barbados, Belize, Botswana, Canada, except Quebec, Fiji, Gambia, Ghana, Grenada, Ireland, Jamaica, Kenya, Liberia, Malta, Marshall Islands, Mauritius, New Zealand, Nigeria, Sierra Leone, South Africa, Tanzania, Uganda, United Kingdom, Zambia, and Zimbabwe. So these are the countries that are eligible for English proficiency waiver. So here on the portal, just as we've looked at, you can easily select native English speakers once your applicant is a national of any of these countries. So if they are not nationals of any of these countries listed, then you can show any of these examinations, the TOEFL, the IELTS academic, the ACT, the WIEC, the Cambridge English exam, the GCA levels, SATs, Duolingo, language SATs, and lots of English proficiency tests we accept. So someone else is asking, do you accept HNDs for masters or MBA? The answer is sadly no. We do not have any option for them because the next question is if there is a pathway program or PGD program. At Webster, we do not have pathways or PGDs available. Thank you. Okay, so someone else is asking for the reference letter, what are the requirements that is expected of the referral or what categories of persons? So yeah, the reference letter can come from, a current workplace, a previous workplace, a previous institution, a current institution. So those are the places or the persons that can recommend any study gap. So if they have very vast study gaps, it should obviously be reviewed on a case-by-case basis. Okay, so someone else is asking about visa interview. So we usually have a separate webinar or training on that. So I think you might want to, join a visa training. It happens every Monday, by the way. So you all can obviously join the visa training every Monday. Okay, I think that's about it. So GPA requirements again is a 2.5 out of a 4.0 grading system. So you know that once students have anything, you know that their chances of getting an offer with us is very, very tiny. So it's good you preview, you cancel the students from the beginning to be certain they meet to our GPA requirements. Other than that, we have a very high acceptance rate. We are not very keen on study gaps, like someone asked earlier. We are very much concerned about their GPAs and if they're going for something that is relevant, that shows career growth, academic growth, as the case might be. And someone else is asking about promotional content. So yes, we have promotional contents we can share with you. And that's another thing you can get from your global university systems. Earlier I told you that there's so much you can do from your global university systems portal. So yet again, you can get promotional materials in your firm's name from that platform. So you have to go to your marketing hub to do that. The promotional items would be titled Webster University as well as your firm. So you can always have a flyer in your agency logo or in your agency name, with your phone number, your email addresses. That would be really very wonderful. So you can also make such requests through your global university systems. Thank you all for joining this session. It was so lovely to meet all of you. I remain Lynn Oyagri. Please feel free to get in touch with me. Thanks for the thumbs up. Thank you all from wherever you joined. Thank you very much. To enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for the thumbs up, guys. Oh, yes, someone else is asking for the presentation. So yes, I would be able to send this across. If you want a copy, you can as well let me know and I'll be sending this to you. Also, the recording of this meeting or this webinar is going to be available automatically on your email. So you can always join this at your free time and watch again. Thank you all. Bye-bye.